Nice color on you, Marlene.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, call to order. Let's do roll call first.
Okay. Councilmember Yaffe,
Present.
Councilmember Tricoche,
Present.
Councilmember Salver,
Here.
Councilmember Reed,
Here.
Councilmember Leonard,
Here.
Vice Mayor Fuller,
Here.
Mayor Bruder.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, let's say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag
of the United
of the
States of
United
America
States of America,
and to the republic on
Republic
which it stands,
for
one
one
nation
nation,
under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so Marlene, we're doing the budget hearing. So item number 1.
Before we do item number 1, I'd like to take a couple of minutes
Okay.
to say a couple of things. I think I've spoken to some of you already, but I want to take the opportunity to officially announce my retirement as of February of 2021. I've given it a lot of thoughts. I think I need to pay attention to more personal matters, and it has come time for me to do this. I know I've mentioned it many times before, but this time is for real. And I wanted also to announce it before the new manager got here so that there wouldn't be any talk about issues or anything, because there isn't anything. I wish her the best, and while I'm here, I'm going to do my best to help her succeed, just like I've done with everyone else. So it is my time to go. There seems to be some transition going on in the town, as far as people coming and going, and it's just my time. COVID-19 pandemic has taught me that there are things more important that I need to pay attention to, and I think a lot of people have realized that. But definitely, it kind of like pushed it along, and I'm going to miss a lot of you. I worked with a lot of council members throughout the years. I've developed really good working relationships with many of you, and even a little further than that. I love the town. I have a vested interest in the future of the town, and I love a lot of the people that I work with. I've enjoyed these years tremendously. I've had a lot of challenges, but it was mostly good, and I enjoyed it. There's a lot of nice residents in the town that I've met, that I've helped, that I like to think I had some kind of impact and assisted them. And there's also I have enjoyed getting Alba ready for the challenge. I think that with so many changes in the town, there needs to be at least the office of a clerk usually is the office that remains a constant. I think Alba has demonstrated in the last few months that she's ready for the challenge, and I hope that you will give her consideration because she can handle the job and she can do it very well. So I think you need some continuity in the clerk's office. You've always had that. That's always been a solid place, no matter what else is going on around us. So I really, truly hope that you consider her for the job. I love Bay Harbor. I've enjoyed my time here. I've given it my shot. I've given it my best, and tried to rise to the challenge whenever I was needed. So I thank you for everything. And I have picked my last day as my 22nd anniversary, which is February 22nd, 2021. So that will be it. I will be here, but I will be taking some vacation and come and go. But I'll be here, and I'll always be available. Alba has my number. She's always going to have my number, my personal number, as well as my, my town number will be done. But I just want to thank each and every one of you. I really enjoyed working with most of you. police. All the ones that have gone before you, many council members, and I really have enjoyed it.
Well, I want to say a couple things. First of all, obviously, we're going to miss you terribly. And you have been a constant through all the storms. You have seen us through many changes within this town, including managers and other people, and
She's trying to keep you here longer.
we have a
She took the wrong pill, went through the
presentation for
matrix.
you.
Sorry.
That this morning when you talked to me, I did not know that you were going to do that. I'm gonna let Alba, who really is the one who spearheaded this number. I'm gonna allow her to read it and spot.
Well, I guess that between not only the staff but the council, it's pretty much grateful for you taking on this very big project as an intern. So the mayor and pretty much everybody from all the staff is going to be presenting you with a plaque. I'm trying to pull up pretty much in recognition of your outstanding dedication as your role for interim town manager. And I'm pretty sure the council has other comments, and Janice will present you with the plaque shortly.
Oh, okay. Is that the knock on my door?
Yeah.
You gotta do the Vanna White Alba. It's coming.
It's coming.
I guess there was something coming delivered.
The Bay Harbor Blue.
The Bay Harbor, yeah. So on behalf of pretty much everybody from the staff and the town council, and I know that this was a big role and you were under a lot of stress, but we do appreciate everything you've done. So I'll leave it to the council they have a few comments.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Josh.
Well, Marlene, you're the only one I know who can spice up a budget meeting. Let me just say this. I mean, the easiest thing to say and the most clear is thank you. You have been the guide for many of us and for all of us for many years. And the fact remains that you have made an incredible imprint on this town. And, we've been the beneficiaries of your work. We really thank you. I thank you for everything you've done personally, for everything you've done for the town, and for just being you and everything that you've done. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any comments?
I do.
Okay.
I'll keep it brief, and I feel really sincerely from the bottom of my heart, Marlene, that you've had so many different jobs, and it's been such a pleasure to work with you as a citizen, as a candidate, as a council member. You've just gone above and beyond, and you have definitely left your mark on the town. And I personally appreciate it, and you will be sorely missed. And you are correct. I have a lot of confidence in Alba, and thank you very much for keeping that succession plan, important to you, and just caring about your legacy that you leave behind. So thank you, a million thanks.
Thank you.
There. So, I've had the benefit and the pleasure of working with Marlene for over 20 years before she rose to the office of town clerk. And, as has been said, you've been a wealth of knowledge. You've been of great assistance to me as a member of the town council over all these years, as a candidate, and just as a resident of the town. It's obvious your how dedicated you have been to the town of Bay Harbor Islands over your career here. And even now, particularly in your role as the interim town manager during a very difficult period of time, you've carried us through, just really excellent performance. And I really appreciate everything that you've done for the town during these last several months, in particular, as the interim town manager. I mean, Marlene has been able to accomplish a lot. I spoke with Marlene earlier because she's been able to accomplish something that her predecessors could not do. And that was, just as an example, Ron, a number of years ago, had this project where he wanted to underground the utilities between the East Island and the West Island, where it runs in front of the Trip Hotel. And I don't even know how many years ago he started that, but he couldn't accomplish it and get it finished, nor could JC after he took over. And the end result was to get rid of those wood poles because they were really ugly. But Marlene really, accomplished what as I said, her predecessors couldn't do. Today, those poles were removed, removes a blight from the town. But, that's just an example of how dedicated and persistent Marlene has been in everything that she's undertaken over the years. I'm going to miss you, but I wish you a great deal of happiness and success in your retirement. I know we've got a number of months yet, before your official day. But again, I thank you for everything that you've done for the town of Bay Harbor Islands and for, just having had the benefit of working with you over these years. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Of
Mayor?
course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Bernie.
I just want to say thank you very much, Marlene, for everything that you have done for this town and for not just the council members and the staff, but also all the residents. I also have known you since long before I was ever on the council. And I have to say, I would concur that you have absolutely left a positive mark on this community. And there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to look at long after you've left that position and say, the town is actually better because Marlene was here and did this. And that really is a lasting legacy. The fact that for years and years and years later, people are going to be able to look at something that has been better and say, you know what, Marlene Siegel was the one that made that better. That really is to say something. And for that, I know we all would say thank you very much. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
I want to, Stephanie, I want to say something too.
Okay, Isaac.
I'll keep it very, very short. I know that, Marlene and I kind of share the same work career here at Bay Harbor Islands. We kind of started right around the same time. And, I basically have seen her grow in her, in every capacity that she served in. It's not a secret to anyone that, I fiercely defend Marlene. And that's not only out of, my emotional connection with her, but it's also out of respect and a little bit of fear for her. I really think that the town is so much better, for her having been here. And I'll share with you guys what I shared with her, that I'd be happy, to give her, a recommendation. I'm very, very, very sad to see her go, but she's been through a lot and she's done a lot for us. And I for one will, I will miss her very, very much.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's move on then to the
Item number one.
item number one. My mind is crazy. Okay, go ahead, Marlene.
Consideration approval of an ordinance on second reading providing for a millage rate of 3.6245, which is 5.8% less than the rollback rate for fiscal year 2020-2021. Alba?
An ordinance providing for a millage rate of 3.6245, which is 5.84 less than the rollback rate for the town of Bay Harbor Islands for the current year AD 2020, providing for severability and providing for an effective date.
Move it.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, right?
Yes. Councilmember Yaffe,
4.
Councilmember Tricoche,
4.
Councilmember Salver,
4.
Councilmember Reed,
4.
Councilmember Leonard,
4.
Vice Mayor Fuller,
4.
Mayor Bruder.
4.
It's unanimous.
Okay. I guess we're going to move on to our variance. So we have to.
Wait,
stop-
item
Now
number
we've got.
Item
Oh,
number
I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Item
Right. There's
number-
also a couple of hands raised. I don't know.
Are they? I don't
We
see
do have
them,
public
so-
comment. Do you want to go ahead and take public comment now, Mayor?
Yes, please.
Let's have. Ms. Kennedy, can you please state your full name and address for the record?
Kathleen Kennedy, 9180 West Bay Harbor Drive, Bay Harbor Islands. First, I would like to say something about Marlene. I want to thank her for all the education she has spent with me, most of it being positive. We've had our ups and downs, but I wish you well, Marlene.
Thank you.
That said, I have other issues, but nothing on this particular item. I have other issues. Okay, Alba? Are we talking about?
Miss Kennedy, we're talking about, Kathleen, we're talking about the budget. Is there anything?
Well, I have something about the budget, but I wanted to give that compliment to Marlene.
Okay.
This is about the transportation for the senior citizens. When one person goes out on a bus, it costs us $300 per bus. And I want to know if that's been addressed and in the budget. And I also want to know if the council approved the monthly garage going from $60 to $75 for the citizens of Bay Harbor Islands, because I got tons of calls on it and I didn't know anything about it. I guess that's Melissa, no?
Okay, let's go one by one. Marlene, do you want to address the raise in the increase in the parking? Or
There is no increase in the parking.
It didn't go to $75?
There hasn't been an increase for at least 2 years, I think, right? Correct, Melissa? More than that.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I have residents right now who went to the office and were charged $75 to park their car.
That has been the rate for many years now, 2 or 3 at least.
Melissa, can you please address this? Melissa?
Mute it, Melissa.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. My internet's spotty. What was the question, Stephanie?
The question was, have you raised the parking in the parking garage? What is the fee and what was it last year? Because some residents thought it was $60 and then we went up to $75 for residents of Bay Harbor.
The parking fees, I can answer that, Mayor. I already said it. The parking fees have remained the same for at least.
No, parking rates have remained the same.
Yeah, it has not been raised.
They have not been raised. Sorry, I think I froze.
Yes.
Okay, I hope the few people that are on hear that so they can get a reimbursement. Also, the bus that goes out, I already discussed this with many times. Also with just recently with Frank Simone, that we have a bus that goes out to Costco's with one person on it that costs $300. Is there any way that we could get the regular shuttle bus to drop people off at Costco's or to Whole Foods without paying $300?
We have a scheduled trip. I think it is twice a month now. And it costs $250 per trip, I believe.
Oh, it went down. Okay.
It depends on how many people are on it. Sometimes we get 3 or 4, sometimes we get more. The route was not changed to Costco's. The timing doesn't work because it's a little further out. We do have the trips and we're not just going to Costco's. We've gone to Whole Foods, and there was even a suggestion to try to go to Aldi's, which is in the old Kmart just down the street. So it is a separate service. That's how it was done. and that's what we're doing. It's still the same.
But one person to pay $250 to go to Costco's and stay there for 3 hours on our dime, does that make sense? I'm just trying to save money. I'm not criticizing.
I understand.
I think it's, if I can say something, I think it's just the base cost of doing it. And so we pay that amount regardless of how many people go, correct, Marlene?
That's
so it's
correct.
Mrs. Kennedy, it's to keep the route. Hopefully more people will take advantage of it. And, at this point, for that one person that may go, it's probably really important that they have the opportunity to be able to go. But hopefully more people will start participating and going to Costco as the pandemic, continues to, the numbers continue to go down. Hopefully more people will be able to utilize or feel comfortable utilizing that service.
Right, not everybody.
I understand that, Elizabeth, and I appreciate that, but this has been ongoing for quite some, sorry? It's been going on for quite some time. The last trip, it was the cat lady. I have to call her the cat lady because that's what she likes to be called. Before that, it was another, it's a waste of money. Why can't the shuttle, our local shuttle, just drop them off at Costco's, that they go to Publix 4 times a day, and then just drop them off and pick them up? I'm just trying to say,
No, I understand.
Why
don't we do this? Let's see how many people, let's get a report on how many people actually went to Costco to see in a month.
Okay, that's perfect.
And then let's see if, maybe if sometimes there's only one, maybe we cut it back to once a month instead of twice a month, and maybe we can, get a different type of transportation that's less expensive than $250 every time they go. So let's analyze this, because I don't think that we can give an answer today on this.
Making an answer, but if I can just make one suggestion, what about giving a call to all the senior citizens, because there is a list in there saying, are you going out to Costco's tomorrow? And maybe that might be a suggestion.
That's something to Regime, are you on here?
Yeah, we have called people. I don't see Virginia on there.
Okay.
We have called the seniors and advised them of them. Everyone is not comfortable riding in a bus with other people right now. I know that she's correct. We've only had like 1, maybe 2, sometimes 3 riders. That's about the tops that we've had lately. But it was something that was used quite a bit in the past. We suspended it for a while and then restarted it. But unfortunately, everyone is not comfortable still sitting in a bus with other people.
Okay, thank you.
I actually have a follow-up question during the regular council meeting that I already had scheduled. So it's an item I'm going to bring up again, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mayor, we have Ms. Nihot that wishes to speak as well. Ms. Nihot, if you can state your full name and address.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is about taxation without representation.
Can you please state your full name and address, Ms. Nihut?
Francis Newhut, 1060 Ken Concourse.
Thank you.
Issues at the RKB school and the COVID-19 pandemic. If the school and the council are going to stop town residents and their children from using the RKB recreational facilities at the RKB school, despite the interlocal agreement, where is the money to purchase the land to pay for our own required large-size parkland? Instead, there is more of a chance Bay Harbor Island children being hit by a car now that there are a lot more basketball hoops being put into the streets with poor lighting.
Maybe we should just look at it.
Okay, why are our Bay Harbor Island taxpayers paying $50,000 annually for their children to use a faraway Miami Shores when their friends live in Surfside?
Since the pandemic, we should just do it.
Using our community
and
library. Police, we need all the safety we can afford. Why are we eliminating a police officer? Engineer, Don't we need a licensed engineer to review development site plans, especially when there have been many elevation mistakes that need correction on the East Island? Dangerous crossings. Although we have been saving for years for a new Causeway Island bridge, why instead are we only getting decorative new railings over our outer bridge instead of safer and wider ADA compliant sidewalks? Instead of having ADA compliant bicycle and pedestrian passageways, why do we have instead these narrow green stripes in our streets with no markings? What's with giving away all of our municipal parking and town right-of-ways? Why must Bay Harbor Island taxpayers pay these losses for eliminating our parking trust with having cash up front? So much of our off-the-street parking being given to the hotels, the mega church of the Church by the Sea, and 1177 King Concourse developers. And why these $10 deeds being sold to owners, developers for the town right-of-ways, a fraction of what they are really worth. Thank you.
And we have one more, Mayor Zilber. If you could please state your full name and address.
1231 95th Street, Bay Harbor Island. I really want to thank Marlene. I've known her since the first day she got here. She had been most helpful to me as a citizen, as a person on the council, and as mayor. And Marlene, I wish you the best in everything and anything you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
That concludes the public comment.
Yeah, should we move to item number 2?
Mayor, you're muted.
Okay. Better?
Yes.
Alba?
Okay, so
Okay.
item number 2.
Consideration approval of an ordinance, second reading, making appropriations for the operation of the general fund, water fund, sewer fund, parking fund, solid fund, waste fund, causeway fund, and stormwater. Alba.
An ordinance making appropriations for the general water, sewer, parking, solid waste, causeway, and stormwater funds for the year beginning October 1st, 2020 and ending September 30th, 2021, and the total sum of $22,644,648, providing for severability and providing for an effective date.
I'll move it.
Second.
Call for a vote.
Councilmember Leonard.
Roll call.
Councilmember Leonard.
4.
Councilmember Reed.
4.
Councilmember Salver.
4.
Councilmember Tricoche.
4.
Councilmember Yaffe.
4.
Vice Mayor Fuller.
4.
Mayor Bruder. Mayor Bruder.
4.
It's unanimous.
4. Oh. Okay. So we are about to close our first meeting, and then we'll be going to our second meeting, which is a variance.
Yes.
So Alba, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.